Yeah. The Kalou by-election, we've been talking about it. We've seen, the violence, everything. But also there is the fact that about almost 60% of the registered voters turned up to participate in that by-election. That, they came out in their large numbers. That we had not just 1, 2 candidates. We actually had 9 candidates. We had, one of them was a lady, Rachel Njoroge, and one of them was campaigning on a donkey. 26-year-old Kariuki Kamau Timothy of the People's Renaissance Movement. He is our guest. This guy, captured the imagination of many people when he chose to use a donkey to campaign. And even chose to use a donkey to turn up to vote. And he was not using a donkey cart. He was riding the donkey itself. Timothy.
Yes.
Good morning.
Morning too.
Karibu sana, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And well done for, putting yourself out there for political seat, for political office, for deciding that, I want to be part of change, the change that I'm looking for in this country. So Karibu, to start the conversation, Felaris is going to give you the day's quote. Listen to the words that were said by somebody and your reflection of those words.
Karibu sana Timo.
Thank you.
I'm seeing your wristband. It's written Timo.
Timo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Today's quote is courtesy of Bessie Head, who was a South African novelist. And the quote reads, "When you stand still, you are still moving. You are moving backwards." When you stand still, you're still moving. You're moving backwards. How does that speak to you?
Like, you have to make a move in life so that you can make a change in the society. Yeah.
It is. I like that. And it's a very good place to start from. You have to make a move. And Timo, who is 26 years of age, I got that right?
Yes.
Decided to make a move. It is going for a member of parliament seat. And a lot of times when we're having conversations around the youth and the involvement in politics, it is always start from the most basic level, which is, maybe become a member of county assembly, then work your way up. Then we have Timo here who's like, nope, I'm going to go after the big seat, which is the member of parliament seat. Maybe just walk us through you arriving at that decision where Timo, active citizen of his community, sits down and decides, you know what, I'm looking around and I think I can do this.
First, the major reason that I had to make that decision is because of the problem that I'm seeing in the society. They can only be changed by policy. And the policy are made at the legislature, at the National Assembly. And me being there, I thought, and I think that's the only place that I could make that change. Because I believe that we can have a society that everyone and each of us lives in a good community, security is there, job opportunity are there. Like for instance, one of the policy that I admire so much to change is that I believe manifesto should be a legal binding document. If you look at the Kenya Kwanza administration and their manifesto, it was very ambitious, a good manifesto that each and every Kenyan believed in it. But if you go down, we elected these leaders, but at some point, you also even wonder, is William aware about what Ruto is saying? Yes, you ask yourself that. Because this guy says this today, tomorrow he says the other thing, another thing. Literally different from whatever he meant yesterday.
Right.
And by making manifesto to be a legal binding document, we are going to make sure that we hold these guys accountable. Like you have to promise whatever you are going to deliver. At the end of the day, leadership must be about accountability and performance. You should make sure whatever you promise, you deliver.
If people vote for you on the basis of the promise that you make, then that should bind you to deliver.
Yes, right.
And you're saying, on one hand, Timothy, someone could argue that yes, there's a political contract here. And that contract shall be reviewed in the 5th year, or halfway through, or at some point through the year, where the people's representatives can initiate an impeachment motion against the president. Says this president has lied to the people as one of the things in the constitution, and they can remove it. Or the people can come back and say, wewe ulisema utafanya A, B, C, D, haujafanya, or you've not done to our satisfaction, and that's why we are making you one term.
No, I think to my thoughts, you should every elected leader, not only the president but the governor, MP, MCA, should sign a public measurable manifesto contract, whereby if you do not deliver at least 80% before the end of your term, the IBC automatically disqualify you from vying future election.
Skiza, Timo, your idea hivyo, weka hivyo, put it on ice.
Yes.
You shall come for Shika Mike specifically to address that, because it clearly is something that you've thought through.
Yes.
You will come so we discuss that particular idea. I think it's a good idea.
It's a brilliant
good to
one.
put it out in the interest of time today, because unfortunately we had a mix-up in timing. Let's look at the All Kalou campaign, right? You decided, I want to see change and I want to bring myself out there. Just briefly, tell us, who's Timothy? You're 26.
Yes.
What were you doing before this? What are you doing after Thursday?
Timothy is a son born in Olkarau, raised up in Olkarau. I attended AC Primary School, Kiganjo Secondary, and I did my Form 4 at Huruma Secondary. Currently, I'm pursuing a diploma in civil engineering at Thika Technical. Yeah.
Okay. That's a brief into Timothy, but was this your first time going into elective politics of any kind?
Yes, it was my first time. Yeah.
And you said you saw that the only place things can change is in Parliament. That's
Sure.
where. What are those things in All Kalou that you wanted to see change, that you realized, lazima niingie bunge?
Like, for instance, when I was interacting with voters, most of them are complaining about the hospital. And this is where the point that you cannot registrate of a policy that you don't trust comes in. You find that the legislatures, members of parliament, went ahead and registered over SHA. But behind the scenes, they went back and formed a special health insurance cover for themselves because they were pretty sure it's not going to work.
True.
So I believe you should register our policy that you trust in. If SHA is good, then let us use it.
Everybody
all of us.
should use SHA.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's good. Because you find that the special health insurance cover from Parliament provides you with 10.6 million. But when you go to SHA, you are limited, like an inpatient cover of about 200,000 shillings. 200,000, for example. But you cannot decide at what time are you going to spend in hospital. I'm very sure if each of us paid for SHA like for 20 years and you don't use it, that's the good part of it, because none of us would like to sleep in hospital. But here comes a time that you are limited, that if you use this amount of money, the less you're going to pay for yourself.
That's one. Healthcare. What else were the people of All Kalou? And did it start with the people of All Kalou, or was it you seeing something and saying, I need to go after this and fix this?
No, I have been observing this for some times, like since 2024. I've been on these streets. And I'm among those guys who went to Parliament for demonstration. And I went there having elected someone to represent my interests and to work for whatever took me there.
Yeah.
I believe that is very wrong, and that's lack of accountability.
You elected someone, and when you tried to tell them, vote this way, vote that way, they did not listen.
No, he's always driven by his personal interest.
So then you joined the People's Renaissance Party?
Yes.
When was that?
I joined like when the by-election was announced. Yeah.
Now walk me through why PRP, given that there was there was 9 other parties represented on that ballot box. 7, no, 8.
There are over 90 registered parties.
Yeah, okay, to be fair. True. Why am I limiting myself to the ones that were on the ballot? Yeah, there were 90 registered parties. Why PRP?
First, I come from a family that is not that well off. And if you look at the political party registration fee, it's extremely high. For you to register that amount, to get it, it was hard for me.
How much were you looking at for other parties?
For other parties, I was asked like, there is a party I was asked 50,000, another 260, another 150. But the PM party. I was given a free chance, just that I believed in the same ideology that they believe in. And I was given that opportunity to present my idea, and hoping that one day they will see the light of the day.
Okay. Then now we get into the siasa of campaigning. What was your campaign budget? How did you get it? And how did you end up on a donkey?
My campaign budget was very simple. I had only tried on a donkey and buy it
And feed it.
cut the wolves,
And take it.
Yeah, simple.
And take it to the river.
Yeah.
No, peleke punda akakunywa maji.
Yeah, but like sometimes when I'm talking to you, there is grass there, it will feed. When I'm over, I just walk. That's simple.
I mean, talk about a
Whose
sustainable...
donkey was this? Did you buy the donkey?
I have it.
Oh, it's a domestic.
yours?
It's yours.
Yes.
Ni ya nyumbani.
Yes, na peleka nayo maziwa, narima nayo. I'm used to it.
Honestly, I think that is genius. It's when we're talking about sustainability, let's add to that how we use the resources available to us to run a campaign. But
I
that's
can
not
un-
the only cost you are looking at.
I can
meeting.
understand that though, if it's a ward seat.
Yeah.
If it's a constituency seat,
Yeah.
how long does it take you to come from one area to the other on donkey?
Like, I believe you have to work within your means. And for someone to help you, you must have shown some effort.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when I was walking with that donkey, at some point I could find some women who have been given handout by the other giant parties. And they gave me some 200, 300, and I could fuel a motorbike to traverse the constituency. So a point where I could not get with a donkey, I used a motorbike.
Right.
And let me just take this opportunity to thank those ladies so much. Because they wanishikilia sana. Truly, truly. They even gave me lunch and breakfast.
So wanapatiwa na chama so and so.
Yes.
Wanakuja wanakupatia 200, 300.
Yes, like the day before election. I remember I went somewhere that the UDA had taken some water pipe. And they gave me some money that they were given. So this guy left, and immediately they gave me a call. Come here, there are some people, I'm aware. You're not able to call such a kind of a meeting. Come talk to them.
Oh, so you went and inherited the crowd.
That's the order of the day.
Spoke to the crowd that had been mobilized by the other guys, and you spoke to them.
They gave
What was
me a
their
call.
response?
They gave me a call to come and speak
Yes.
to them.
The people
Yes, the
themselves
people
gave you a
themselves.
call.
Yes.
You know, I'm curious about the other costs because running a campaign is not just being able to traverse from one ward to another. Kuna zile costs za, mobilizing, kuna kuprint posters, and just to create a general awareness of who Timo is. Did you have people within the party who kunafanya campaigns now, or was it just you? Because from the footage that we have, it's just you on a donkey. Very biblical, by the way, how you choose to look at it. But were you alone? And how did you foot the other costs? Because, again, campaigns cost money.
Yes, at some point I could get help from the party members, party friends, to print for me merchandise. Someone like you would give me 5 T-shirts. Another one would give me 5 capes. And someone would decide to fuel cars when they had to come, like that. But when it was only me on the ground, mine was very cheap. Because
Did
of
you
what I
man-
just required was ranch. Maybe if I'm using the motorbike to fuel that motorbike, another guy gave me his motorbike to be using as long as I have money to fuel.
Now, in that period, which is 3 months, essentially, which was the campaign period, you managed to go around the entire Kalou, or is there ground that you didn't cover?
I didn't cover some parts of Kanjure ward. Yeah,
One word. That's.
yes.
But otherwise.
Some part of it, but otherwise the other 4 wards I was able to cover, and the one ward I was able to cover like 20 to 30%.
Okay. Talk to me about your learnings from this campaign.
First, campaign is expensive, and it needs a lot of money. I didn't know that when I was going into campaign, because you need logistics. Like I come from a highland area. As much as I was using donkey and motorbike, when it rains, you have to call it a day. So, in future, you need like a car to traverse, because you cannot predict and when it was going to rain.
Yeah.
Second, people and the citizen at large are getting aware, and I'm happy that they're educated. Besides you giving them handouts, they don't make a decision regarding on those handouts. they are much informed. That one thing I'm so happy about. And they're appreciative, and they are really determined to see change in life. Yeah.
Okay. That determination, I think, showed in how people voted, because yes, the goodies and the gifts and the whatever, the handouts were so many. But people seemed very keen to, one, vote for who they want, and also to protect their community. And that was now against the goons. And we saw citizens essentially making sure that these people don't get near us. Even if they have guns, we'll form literal barricades. When you were traversing, were there any security challenges that you faced? And were there goons at that time, Mama walitokea, when the election was actually happening?
Personally, I never faced any challenge of goons, because I think that it's because I was not a major competitor. But during the evening, you could meet with other people from the other giant parties, and they could tell you, we encountered this, we encountered this, we suspected this guy. And you just pray to God, because if anything is affiliated to the government of the day, and you remember the government has the monopoly of violence, you don't have anything to do. You just pray to God and ask Wananchi to be your savior. Yes.
You're born and raised in Olkalau.
Yes.
So you're still very much an Olkalau one.
Yes.
When you talk to young people there, who do they tell you is a goon? Do they know who amongst them is a goon, first of all?
First of all, people who are goons in that campaign period were not from Olkalau. Because in Olkalau, as you can literally see, we are almost 98% we are Kikuyu. We know each other. Like I can tell you, this guy's from this area, this guy from this area, and if I don't know, maybe like this man knows you. So they were not from that area. They were imported from somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that what made it so easy to deal with them? Because it's easy to tell a foreigner or someone who has bad intention.
Yes, and people really are determined about change.
Yeah.
So hawako wanataka at any point anyone who could infiltrate the results. Walisema wao ndo wana vote, wanarida kura zao, now they are going to count them themselves. Then they go home.
Is that a good thing?
100%. Why should you vote and go home? And as you are aware, the government is always determined to change the results to the candidate of their interest, who is going to serve their interest. Vote your vote, irinde, count, so that we can have a good change in the society. Yes.
How many votes did they give you?
There were 50, including mine, 51.
So you had 50 supporters.
Yes.
First of all, congratulations. Yes. Did you get votes in all the wards?
Yes, but I could not get from all the polling stations. Remember, you have the 144 polling stations.
Yes, so many.
Yes.
So, but you got at least all the wards.
Yes.
You had votes.
Yes.
Across the constituency.
Yes.
That's a big thing. But if you look at the number of people who are calling you, talking to you and telling you, come and talk to this crowd and all, what do you think was the gap?
So very high.
Yeah, why do you think not many people voted for you?
I think this was a vote against William Ruto.
So they wanted to put it in one basket.
Yes, they wanted to put it in. Even at some point, they could tell you, you're a good man, you have a good vision, but as you can say, they say in Kikuyu, nikuli bara ya muhiriga na ya family. Ya family ya noka, ya muhiriga ya noka taba utigana ya family. So this was a clan war.
Boom to pet translation, tafadhali.
Kuna vita ya clan, na vita ya familia, ya nyumba. Vita ya clan ikikuja, tunachana na hii ya nyumba kwanza tukapiga.
Tunadeal na hii
ile clan, right? That's the translation, right?
Exactly.
That's what they were saying.
Yes.
It's okay. Here we have, 9 of you.
Yes. You're all our people.
You're all our people. But then the fight is
the bigger war.
There's a bigger war there.
We want to teach this man a lesson. That it is sure. This is the beginning of that we 100% sure. We are going to make him one term. And Nasita Fadari, we are the people who decide, and we are his boss. And we have to prove to him that we are his boss.
So they could have decided to teach him a lesson with you,
With Timo.
with Timo.
I
As
think
the candidate
also
of
the
choice.
resources. As much as they could have decided to give him that reason, I was not well known. Remember, it's my first time in politics. I was competing with people who have been there in politics for a while. Like the guy who won, he was once an MCA.
Right.
He learned for MP. In 2022, he became number 2. And also the resources from the big party.
Yeah.
Remember, I'll tell you, campaign requires a lot of resources.
Yeah.
A lot, extreme. Because like you need to have agents, like in the 144 pouring stations. If you count, like you give an agent, let's say like 1,500 to take a breakfast and lunch, that's 1,500.
Yeah.
That's come about 210.
Already.
Yes.
Before anything else.
Before anything else. You have not given them the merchandise. Like it's expensive. It's an expensive activity, and just going for to hope
Yeah.
that in future you're going to have them.
That the expenses that you're talking about are the things that you need to do, right? Minus handouts.
Yes, those are compulsory.
Those are the things that you must do. You must recruit your agents, and you must facilitate your agents.
Yes.
And because you're saying it's lunch
Yes,
and supper,
just that.
you know,
Bare minimum.
yeah. And then you're also thinking, I've got to fuel my vehicle to go across this, whether it's a piki, whether it's my car, whether it's many cars, you know. I need to have teams that are, if I'm on this side, there's teams on the other side. So there's all that logistical nightmare.
Yeah.
How much, because we're in Mesoma,
Yes.
how much would you estimate that to be? Like, if you were to run in 2027 next year for the same seat, how much would you need?
Like,
Tusiweka ya kupeana handout. It's just for you to run your clean campaign.
just say like 100K per polling station.
Times
Wait.
144.
Times 144. Please do
Wait,
that math.
per polling station or per polling center?
The per polling center.
Per school.
Okay, per school.
Yeah.
How many are there in all
72.
Kalau? 72.
72.
Way,
Not 144. 72. That's around
7.2
million. Yeah.
And there we've not factored in the other
Yeah.
logistical costs.
So at a very minimum,
That's the very minimum that you can use.
7
because
million.
that's saying like you are working with like 6 people per polling center.
Yeah.
That's like not 6 people, 9 people. Because say each polling center serves to 3 villages. So just say like you are having 2 people per village.
Yeah.
Those are 6 people.
so running a campaign
Yeah.
is quite expensive.
Extreme.
Is it worth it?
It's worth
Look
it.
at what, so you mobilize these resources, you mobilize, let's say, 10 million shillings to get into office. Then you go into office for 5 years, the salary and everything else, is it worth it?
It's worth it because 10 million for the salaries you may recover within 2 years and you are going to live in a good country. As much as you're going to spend money, remember no one will be in readership forever. At one point, each of one is going to exit. What country are you going to live?
Come closer to the mic.
Let me, the mic, let me adjust it for you. There we go. Yeah.
Which kind of a country are you going to live? Remember, kila mtu huwa anatamani you live a good drive, place zenye security iko, good systems are working. It's worth it to spend that money because of that. Yeah.
I still have so many questions for Timo, as far as how politics has always been done traditionally in this country vis-a-vis what the young people want and the new style and brand of politics that, you know, we are potentially creating now, that we have the likes of Timo who are going for the top seat, starting with the most available resources to them that doesn't play to the optics of the politics that we know now.
Right.
But, you know, we'll have you back, like we
Yes.
said, as a Shikamaika, because what you
Yeah.
said on the public measurable contract
Yes.
and literally looking at how manifestos can be legally binding documents is something that I actually stand by, and you can come defend that.
True.
Give the proposal, defend that. Timothy Kariuki, PRM, former contestant, Kalou.
As he leaves, can I just ask Timo, did young people vote in Kalau? Gen Z?
Currently, a majority of them didn't. Because remember, they were using the 2022 register.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why they decided to use the 2022 register.
So even people who registered last year
were not able to vote.
No, not last year. Well, they
This year.
they
This
reopened
year.
this year in
This
March,
year.
right? So people who had registered in March were not able to vote.
Yes.
So that substantiates the claim
Yeah.
by Alan Zademba.
It does.
On
It
Yes, yes, it does.
I don't know what the IEBC have to say about that.
Yes, it does. We'll ask them about it. Chimo, asante sana.
Thank
Come
you
on
so much.
Thursday.
Yes.
Tukupatie mic.
Thank you so much.
Thursday, ushike mic. Raise that. I think that's a very, very strong argument that you're bringing up here. That, when people come and campaign with a manifesto, that should not just be
Should be legally
empty
binding. yeah?
rhetoric. It should be binding. It's a people's social contract that should be legally binding. Timothy
Yes.
is a good guy. Timothy Kariuki was the candidate in the just concluded Kalou by-election. He is 26 years old. He decided, I'm a student, but I want to see change in this country. And to do that, I will put myself out there to be elected. He got 50 people who said yes to him. That is a big testament. It's a good starting point.
Facts.
Asante sana. In the next hour, we talk about green energy and investing in green energy. And Kengen have a park in Naivasha where they're saying investors come,
Yes.
you have guaranteed supply of power. Stima inatoka hapa, inaingia hapa. So hakuna blackout unless dunia izimike. Juu ya
Dunia
thermal
yote.
iishe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the conversation we're having next at 9 a.m. Good morning.